Here we are again, out in the garden. It's time to bring Voyager to a close. 2 more layers of varnish, gloss and then a matte. This is the last time where something can go horribly wrong. That's optimism. If all goes well, we'll end this video with some high resolution shots of Voyager, and I'll round off with an overview of the project and what I'll be doing next. Alright, now I know you're going to say, this is now silver. I put the varnish on and the varnish clouded over. And I didn't have any more black spray, so I used what I had. So now it's a shiny, shiny metallic silver. Beautiful. And with that done, it's time to bring it all together. Here we are, the final varnished Voyager. The stand goes on this way. The cables will need to be dealt with because they've been sprayed and abused, bless them. Careful, let's not ruin it right now. I'm going to take one cable at a time so that I can reapply the labeling. Our cables feed through the holes that we made way back in the day. They haven't been through these routes in a long time. Come on. It looks like I may need to re-clear that hole. So I'll take the Dremel and very carefully, so as to not disturb the paintwork. It's a bit too vicious, let's turn that down. Let's just... Oop, no, there we go, I got it. Okay, that's one. I'll just slip the yellow flag back on there. Yeah, that one goes through, no issue. Slip our red flag back on. So now we can feed this in. We need to pull our cables through as we go. Carefully. Come on. You're designed for this. God damn it. That is my thumb going at just slightly the wrong place. Okay, so, new issue. Voyager is on the stand, but I put my thumb slightly on the deflector dish and the deflector dish just popped right in. It was not secured very tightly at all. So we've got 2 things we need to do. We need to get a hold of it so that we can pull it against the plastic, and we need to apply glue all around the lip of it. So what I'm going to do, I have a little loop of Tamiya masking tape. I'm just going to try and grab it like that. Looks like I can get a bit of a angle there. So on paper, if I got... So I don't want to pull this front plate off by accident and just compound issues. Okay, I've got my glue brush. It's a little bit too loaded, I think. How best to... I'm just going to start covering the front of the deflector dish if I start trying to do that. Quickly nip any of that outside spillage so you don't ruin the outside appearance. Okay, so with that held, if I now put the model this way up, the deflector dish will now be forced in place by gravity. So now I just need to support Voyager like that and leave it to set. Alright, with that situation all sorted out, let's get back to what we're supposed to be doing. So, we have our dingle dongle, which we can thread through here, with the cable that way around. So, we need to reduce the length of these cables, just a touch. I'm thinking... I mean, the distance to it is practically on top of it, but I'm going to leave a little bit of leeway and just throw it on the floor. That's fine. So we'll go for that. It doesn't matter if there's a little bit of excess down here, because we've got plenty of space for the cables to go around. Before you get too worried, red is this one. I had the foresight of making sure that red was closest to the switch. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to stick by it. Okay, now with that done, we need to tin up the ends. So, this goes onto here as straight as possible, and this goes straight onto there as straight as possible. Okay. This circuit is now complete. So before we lodge this in, let's test it out. There we go. Perfect. Next step is to secure the switch so it feeds into its hole. We have a little washer and a hex nut, though that washer is way too big, so we shall skip the washer and go just with the hex nut. There we go, about there. So, the final step of mounting this cable in is to secure this stuff against the base, which you could do with hot glue, and I believe I shall. The alternative is to use PVA for it, but this is going to be, it needs quite a strong glue, because this cable especially needs to be held very securely. So what I'm going to do is go get my glue gun. Alright, the glue gun is out and ready. So, without scalding myself, I need to hold this down in good position. Just get some good old beads right in there. I want full coverage. And that's it. All that needs to happen now is the hot glue dries, and our job is done. It's been a long road going from there to here. It's been a long time, but I'm sorry, I've probably hurt many of you with it. So, final thoughts on Voyager. Well, I have certainly spent long enough doing it. There are many of you who would have seen the first video back in 2015, something like that. And to have come to the end now, 2017, October 26th. Yeah. There were a lot of periods of non-activity. Voyager spent a long time in mothballs. And there were lots of long hesitances between finishing the assembly and painting, and then putting the varnish, and then getting to this point. I'd say the electronics went down pretty well. That's a very easy part to do. I should have done some slight different things with the positioning of the LED tape, such as having the grills not be directly shining on. They should have been on the top, shining down and reflecting around. I've got some light leaks. I'm not going to claim to be some expert on doing all the puttying and finishing and what have you. Let me just get rid of that. My apologies. And I certainly did not make an expert job of the painting. But given the challenges that have been coming along, I think it's an excellent job, if I may say so myself. I'm not about to quit my job and start making models for a living, but as something that I can stand by and say, I made this. I made this. So, for the last time, I'm Raven, and that's all from Voyager.